Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson wants to cancel a $31,000 mahogany dining set ordered for his office amid allegations of excessive spending using taxpayer money. Carson's move comes after House Oversight Chairman Trey Gowdy, a Republican, announced an investigation into Carson's redecorating spree. Carson now saying, quote, "I was as surprised as anyone to find out that a $31,000 dining set had been ordered. We will find another solution for the furniture replacement." This whole thing came to light after a HUD employee turned whistleblower alleged that she was demoted in part for refusing to spend more than legally allowed on other office furnishings. I want to talk this over now with Jeff Trotter. He is an interior designer in Los Angeles. Jeff, thanks for joining us. And you, of course, are in the enviable position of spending other people's money on interior design, which must be very fun, having looked at some of the interiors that you've done. But this price tag, I mean, what do you think about a price tag of $31,000 for a dining set?
First of all, thanks for having me. You know, to give us a little bit of perspective, some of my high-end clientele with large disposable incomes, this would not be unusual for. But given the fact that this is a government employee that has budgetary restrictions placed on what they're allowed to spend to furnish their office space, this budget of $5,000, I mean, this blows past it. And the fact that this comes down to, a misuse of taxpayer money, it looks like a big PR scandal for this administration, just in the long line of others that have come to surface over the past few months.
So when you look at, well, first off, I mean, what do you think about, you've seen the pieces. What do you think about these pieces for that kind of price tag?
I mean, they're beautiful pieces. They're opulent. And I think...
Yeah, how would you describe them aesthetically?
They're extremely traditional. I know that I'd seen that there's some onyx inlay and blue velvet for the upholstered chairs. They're opulent. And, I think there are many more affordable options when it comes to decorating a space such as this that could follow a little bit more closely with their budgetary restrictions.
Okay, so you've worked with all kinds of budgetary restrictions. We understood from this whistleblower that when it came to that $5,000 cap on the office furniture, someone had said to her, you can't get a good chair for $5,000. I mean, what do you say to that?
I say that's not true. You can get a great chair for under $5,000.
Or a whole set. Could you get it? Could you
yes.
do his whole office under that cap?
It would be a bit tight to do the entire dining set and the hutch and the tables for $10,000.
Well, separately, if you
right.
separate, because I think that the dining set is separate. If you're talking about, so the
Absolutely.
dining set's over here, and let's just be reasonable about that, and then you have the office furniture. What would you think about the office furniture with a cap of $5,000?
Absolutely, it's more than doable, and I think most experienced interior designers know how to design a space that's both beautiful and functional with a budget such as that.
Have you ever had a situation where you are trying to come up with, I'm not trying to say that $5,000 is frugal, but obviously you are dealing with some clients who are pretty rich. If you're looking at something that's a little, that is less money than some of your clients, I mean, what are some of the things that you would consider that obviously these folks at HUD should be looking at?
There are a lot of ways that you can commission pieces to be built that are custom, that are not as opulent as some of these pieces that are being reported. There are obviously great stores that you can purchase items similar to these from that are much more cost effective. This just seems like a real extravagance. Again, it's important to impress upon the American public that this is taxpayer money. And a lot of the American public are bringing home maybe $31,000 in their annual salary. So when you hear something like this, I think it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths that our HUD secretary is willing to just frivolously throw away this money to decorate a space that most of the public will never see or use.
And now we're learning he's saying no, they're going to find another solution. Jeff Trotter, interior designer with Jeff Trotter Design. We really appreciate you being with us.
Thanks so much for having me.